Hello everyone and welcome to our channel of Azure Cloud today. What is conditional access policy and how does it work with Microsoft Intune? Imagine a scenario where one of your employees accesses their company's email from their personal phone that has no encryption, no antivirus, and no passcode. Do you think they should be allowed to access the company's resources? Of course not. Conditional access exactly does the same. It says no. And in this video, you will know all about it. If you are new to Intune, I recommend watching my earlier videos on compliance policy and Intune groups first to understand this concept of conditional access better. What is conditional access? Conditional access policy is Microsoft's way of deciding who can access your company's resources. What resources can they access? From where and under what conditions? Let's understand this with an example. Think of conditional access policy as a security at a club, where the security guy does not just check your ID, they also check your dress code and if the club is running at full capacity or not. In the same way, conditional access policy does the same thing in your organization by checking your identity, your device, your location, and many more things before it lets you in. The flow would be as follows. User tries to sign in, Entra ID then evaluates the conditions, and then access is either granted or blocked. Do note that conditional access policy is a feature of Entra ID and is not an Intune feature. But Intune could feed device compliance status into Entra ID and together they become even more powerful. Why does conditional access matter? Without conditional access policy, anyone with a valid username and password can access companies' email, Teams, SharePoint, and all the other resources from any device, from any location. And this is a big security risk to an organization. So, some of the things conditional access policy is capable of is that it could stop compromised or unmanaged devices from accessing the company's resources. It could also enforce MFA or password change when the sign in appears to be risky. And you could also have a policy which lets you access company's resources only with a username and password when you're inside the office, but would request you to put MFA along with your username and password if you're working outside the company's network. Now, let us break down the actual structure of a conditional access policy by going into the Entra ID portal. To open the conditional access blade, you can either go to entra.microsoft.com or you can go to portal.azure.com and then go to Entra ID, then scroll down inside Manage and click on Security over here, then expand the Protect and go to the Conditional Access, then click on Policies over here. Over here, you create a new policy. Every single policy has the same three building blocks: assignments, conditions, and access controls. Assignments. First, you decide who this policy applies to. You pick users or Entra ID groups. This is where the Intune groups from video 10 comes into picture. You can include specific groups and also exclude groups. For example, you would always want to exclude an emergency break glass admin account so you never lock yourself out. In target resources, you can specify if you want to target all the resources, all the cloud apps, or if you want to target selected cloud applications. The next blade is network. Over here, you can include or exclude network location as part of your policy configuration. Next, you set the conditions. You can think this as an if this, then that logic. Over here, there are various fields where we can select from: user risk, sign in risk, insider risk, device platforms, and many more. Over here, for example, you can click on device platform over here. You can click on configure as yes, and then you select all platforms. If you select as any device, if you select as select device platforms, then this policy is only applied for devices logging in from their iOS and Windows devices. Then you click on done. Do note that you do not need to configure all of the fields. Only pick the fields that are relevant to you and fit in your specific scenario. Finally, what happens when the conditions are met? Over here, that point we go to access controls. It's either a block or a grant access. Over here, you can specify that, okay, do grant access, but only grant access after MFA is entered. Over here, you can select like that. Or you can say that only grant access if the device is marked as compliant in Microsoft Intune. Over here, you can select multiple fields and can list if you want to select it, if you want it to require all the selected controls to be satisfied in order for you to get access, or you require just one of the selected controls. We also see session controls over here, which are much more advanced. Things like sign in frequency can be set, where admins can set when shall the user be prompted for re-authentication. Think of this conditional access policy as if then statement. If a user from a marketing group signs into Exchange Online from a non-compliant device, then require MFA. This is basically the entire logic of conditional access policy in simple words. Let's look at how conditional access connects to Microsoft Intune. Over here, an admin would create a compliance policy in Microsoft Intune. A device then checks in and Intune does the evaluation against the policy of maybe minimum OS version check. Intune then reports to Entra ID if a device is compliant or non-compliant. Then, when a user signs in to a cloud application like any Office 365 application, then Entra ID receives this request. Conditional access policy is then triggered here, and it looks at device compliance status from Intune, and it makes a decision which is to either block or to grant control. Do note that conditional access policy on its own cannot check whether a device has the minimum required OS, or if the device has a passcode, or if the device is encrypted. It relies on Microsoft Intune to provide that information. This is why compliance policy and conditional access policy are always used together in the real world. Let's look at some real world scenarios so that we could understand this even better. A sales representative iPhone fails a compliance check because their iOS version is outdated. So, what happens due to that? Conditional access policy blocks their Outlook access. So, they could not access their company's email. The user then sees a message on their phone stating that their device is non compliant and the iOS version must be upgraded. So, the user then goes and upgrades their OS version, which in turn then automatically restores their Outlook email access. This is probably the most common conditional access scenario you will see in the real world. Require MFA for external access. Employees on the corporate office Wi Fi might be able to sign in normally with just a username and password, but anyone signing in from home, a coffee shop, or while traveling must complete an additional MFA along with their username and password. Restriction by platform. Imagine a scenario where a company only supports iPhone and Windows laptops. Then what would they do? They would create a conditional access policy that would block sign-ins from Android and macOS entirely. Do note that setting conditional access policy requires one to have either an Entra ID P1 or Entra ID P2 license. Entra ID P1 is included in some Microsoft 365 bundles, so it is always a good idea to go in and check Microsoft official documentation for it. However, you can also buy Entra ID P1 or Entra ID P2 license separately. Just buy either one of them if you want to. Do not buy both of them. If you do not have this license or do not wish to buy this license, then it's all good, as most of our topics can be covered without Entra ID P1 or a P2 license. Thank you everyone. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you at my earliest. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.